Secretary of State's office. It is a true difference when you have a majority and when you serve in the minority. We served in the minority for a very brief period of time, and it's great to have Secretary of State Matt Dunlap back in that office serving in that capacity. So thank you, Matt. Now, the person standing between you and lunch, I'm sure everybody was one of the most entertaining speakers I've known in my short years in Maine politics. Please help me welcome Janet Mills, our Attorney General.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members of the Maine Democratic Party, and thank you, Matt Dunlap, for being one of the finest, most productive, and hardworking secretaries of state our state has ever seen. Thank you, Ben Grant and Mary Erin Casal, for your leadership and difficult work during good times and bad, and for bringing back a well-deserved majority in the Maine State Legislature. Folks, it's May 31st. The ice is finally out. Most of Maine. The lakes and ponds are stocked. Sidewalks smelling of lilacs at last. And in western Maine, I noticed coming down Route 2 today, the mowing has begun. We've shaken off the snows of January, the hardships of a frigid February, as we enjoy a long-delayed spring and commence the annual recycling of goods at a neighborhood yard sale. Our long wintry nightmare is almost over. And this year, our recycling starts right at the Blaine House. No one deserves this fresh, fruitful season more than we do. It's taken courage to weather the storm. During the cold and difficult times over the last 3.5 years, I have seen many acts of courage. I've watched as the brave co-chairs of the Appropriations Committee, Democrats Senator Hill and Representative Rotundo, worked all night, many nights, writing budgets from scratch, preserving funding for schools, saving local fire and police services, and life-saving social programs, while this governor, refusing to write a budget, eschewed governing and headed to Jamaica to play golf, only to accuse the entire legislature of not working hard enough. I saw people like Joan Welch hold the line against mining rules and slack environmental enforcement that would destroy our natural resources,
yes,
even selling them off to the highest bidder.
Yes!
I watched as freshman representatives Ann Dorney and Sarah Gideon bravely, patiently, persistently pushed to introduce and reintroduce and enact legislation that will save the lives of people who overdose, despite a veto and a failure to override it last year. I saw Representative Drew Bettine, Senators Colleen Lehovich and Margaret Craven question the Commissioner of Health and Human Services repeatedly about why her budget was no longer about health or human services, but about electioneering, auctioning off social services, the sweetheart business being funded by programs to feed children. I saw women and men, Democrats, stand up for women's rights on the floor of the House and Senate against a governor who vetoed every reasonable measure to protect the health of Maine families. I saw them fight valiantly against this governor's veto of Representative Jane Pringle's bipartisan bill to ensure that 10,000 of low-income women have preventative health services and family planning services. And when the governor said, well, they can go buy insurance, after he 3 times vetoed the very bill that would give him insurance. Let them eat cake, the man says. I heard Paul LePage say he's dead set against abortion because he was one of 18 children after all. I guess he believes women should be forced to bear children against their will, regardless of hardship, regardless of sexual assault, regardless of circumstances. I saw our Democratic Party work to raise the minimum wage in a state where 60% of minimum wage workers are women, while this governor actually tried to lower the working wage for young people. I listened to Governor LePage give lip service to domestic violence while pulling the rug out from under the very same women and children seeking emergency funds through general assistance.
Yes! Yes, he did!
I watched as our Democratic leadership cried foul when this governor prevented the DEP from protecting Maine children from toxic household chemicals, claiming that BPA is not harmful, saying, oh, it gives off this little chemical similar to estrogen, so the worst case is some women may have little beards.
Yes, I remember him saying it.
Maybe he still thinks, like some of the Republican leadership, that women are from Venus and men are still from Mars. This is worse than junk science, junk politics. It is junk governance. Governing is not a game of Candy Crush or Farmville. It is not played in the sandbox, throwing dirt in people's faces. It is not done on a golf course in Jamaica. Governing is about leading by words and deeds and example. It is about working hard, helping, not hurting. It is about taking us through difficult winter storms and not giving up on the courage, the heart, and the soul of Maine people. And that is why, come next winter, I will be proud to stand with our new governor, Mike Michaud, who will lead with integrity, experience, and example, and let us work as hard as we can through the summer and the fall to re-elect our courageous Democrats to the Maine legislature, to repair the reputation of our state, restore the voice of the people, renew faith in our government, and elect a governor who will not leave Maine people out in the cold ever again.
State Matt Dunlap. That was a treat. Thank you for being here and being with us, sharing in this experience, one that continues